Making the decision to buy a house is a really, really big one. It requires really careful consideration. You got to look at your finances. You got to look at your future plans. You need to be looking at your lifestyle, all those kind of things. So there are definitely pros and cons to owning your own home. And in today's video, we are going to talk about some of the pros of homeownership and some of the cons of homeownership. Stay tuned to the end of this video. I've got a great offer for you. Hi, I'm Katie Evans, owner and lead agent of the Living 48 real estate team. We are super excited to have you back to another one of our weekly videos. And in today's video, we are talking about how important it is to weigh the benefits and the drawbacks of homeownership. So we're going to go through a pros and a cons list with you here today and help you make an informed decision. So let's go ahead and get started. And we're going to start with, of course, the pros, because why not? I think owning a home is a really great idea. So the first pro that we're going to talk about in home ownership is that owning a home can increase your net worth over time. In fact, that has been in study over and over and over again, that because you are not paying somebody else's mortgage, you are paying your own, and you're earning equity into your own home. So in essence, you're not throwing money away on rent, that you are investing in yourself with each mortgage payment that you make, that you're going to make anyway, really, in either a rent or a mortgage payment, that you are building equity in a home that you can then use to your advantage in the future. Number two, the second pro on my list, renting is actually becoming increasingly more and more and more expensive. If you haven't noticed, year over year, your rent keeps going up. So if this makes you feel like you're putting money down the drain every single time your lease renews and they up your rent, well, that's why. So with homeownership, you're actually going to lock in that monthly rent payment, if you will, and you don't really have to worry about it increasing. The only thing that really changes in your monthly rent payment is going to be your property taxes as they reassess every year, but that is not going to be in the amount typically that your rental increases would be. All right. The third pro on my list is going to be that owning a home actually provides you with a greater sense of security and stability. So when you own your home, you have control over where you live, how long you stay, you want to customize your living space. And this level of control really gives you a sense of comfort, stability, ownership, pride, all those kind of things, community. And so all of those are wonderful, wonderful pros to home ownership. All right. Number 4, and the last one on my list today, because we don't want to beat it to death, is that owning a home can benefit your whole community. Absolutely. When you actually own a home, you become a part of a neighborhood, a part of a community, and you start to feel more connected to people. You have the opportunity to become more involved in your community. There's activities, events, all those kind of fun things. And in areas where we show a higher percentage of homeowners versus renters, we found those areas and those populations to be safer, happier, better quality of life overall than somewhere that is a more transient population like an apartment or those kind of things. Okay. Now, in all fairness, we're going to go over to the cons list. Okay. And in full disclosure, I feel like each one of these cons can be overcome, but we do need to talk about them as a con. All right. So the number one con to home ownership is your down payment amount can be rather large, and that coming up with that amount of money can actually be very, very intimidating. Yes, you have to have a down payment to purchase a house, and you also have to have some money for closing costs. Now, there are a couple of things that we can do to overcome that. There are 0% down grant money. There is gift money from family. There is concessions, seller concessions that you can ask for, all those kind of things. So it is important to remember that buying a house is an investment, and it's kind of to offset that money that you're just throwing away over the long term to renting. So even though it may cost more upfront, spending a little extra money to buy pays off over time. But it is intimidating. It's a large amount of money, and that can be perceived as a con. My number 2 perceived con is that home ownership is a big commitment. It can be. You'll need to be prepared to take care of things that normally you would have just turned over to your landlord. So any repairs, any unexpected expenses like the water heater blows up or the dishwasher dies or any of those kind of things. However, this level of responsibility also comes with a little bit more freedom. You decide you want to replace that water heater rather than band-aiding it again for the 21st time, you can do that. And so you can customize your home. You can change out those appliances to stainless steel if you want. You can do all of those kind of things without violating your landlord's rules. Want to paint that wall? Do it. So you get to give yourself permission now. So again, is it a commitment? Absolutely. You may consider things like by purchasing a condo where there's a little bit maybe more assistance in taking care of the exterior and the landscaping, those kind of things, but that you still have all of the freedom to do what you want on the interior of the home. So there's lots of ways to overcome that one as well. All right, number 3, con. Buying a home can be more expensive in the short term. We already kind of talked about that a little bit with the down payment and the closing costs, but there are things like property taxes, maintenance costs, mortgage payments. However, this is one of those things that is an investment, and an investment in your home can pay off in droves over time and provide you financial stability, security, and it gives you the equity that you can then take, and it gives you more purchasing power when you turn around and buy your next home down the road. All right. So in takeaway, purchasing a home, get it? Daunting, scary, big step. It is, but it's really, really one that pays off over time. It's an investment in yourself. It's an investment for your family. It's an investment in your financials. So rather than putting all of your money into your landlord's pocket, let's save a little bit of money. Let's do the hard things so that we can make sure that we're putting the money in your financial pocket over the long run. So buying is a big step, but it's a big step towards a brighter future. If you think you're ready, if you think you're ready to start planning to become ready, I would like you to give me a holler today. And that leads me into my offer for you. I have this fantastic book. It's called Your First Home. And as you can see, it's a pretty beefy, meaty book that is going to really walk you through all the things that you need to know about buying your first home, buying a home, and just making a really, really educated decision. And I would like to give it to you for free. So if you reach out to me and say, Katie, we are thinking about purchasing our first home, or I would like to share this book with somebody else who's thinking about purchasing their first home, and let me know, I would love to send that to you again for free. I'm going to need your mailing address. I'm going to need your contact information, and then we can send that right off to you so that we can help you get ready to purchase your first home. So DM me, text me, go over to our website and get in contact with me there. However you're getting this information, go ahead and just reach out and we'll be happy to get in touch with you and get you that book. So again, thank you for watching one of our videos, and we'll see you on our next one.